Hello, everyone.
The recording has begun.
Yes. Good afternoon from my side. I know it's good morning the other side and good evening the other side. And you're all welcome to our regular Unity Network Africa and Diaspora weekly meetings. And so today again, we have another powerful session that is going to inspire all of us to ensure that we have the rightful information, we have the rightful tools, we have what it takes to ensure that we move Africa, we move the development around UnityNet Africa. I'm sorry, I'm using my phone today. The reason because of, we have a serious problem with energy in Sierra Leone. Yes, yeah, of course. And so we are seriously affected, both even the transportation, as well as also running offices in Sierra Leone because of huge energy challenges, and as well as also gas, to access gas for vehicles, etc., and even to run generators for our offices. So I'm going to use my phone, so please forgive me for that. Yes. Okay, so I want to hand over the mic now to Madam Continental Secretary Jane to take us through. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Carlos, the Continental President, UnityNet Africa and Diaspora. Thank you everyone for coming to the meeting. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening as it applies in your country. You're so much welcome into the meeting today, and thank you for keeping time. And we want to appreciate that we have met today and we don't take life for granted. We thank God that He has kept us safe and healthy and to this hour. So we are going to begin our meeting today. And my name is Jane Njoroge from Nairobi, Kenya. I am the Secretary General, UnityNet Africa and Diaspora, and the UnityNet Kenya chapter president. So to begin us today, I'm gonna take us through the agenda. But before then, I want to appreciate, as always, Prince Andrew for the opportunity and the platform to set up the meeting. We want to appreciate Mr. Lloyd for his great work and leadership in leading the teams, and for everyone else, every protocol observed. The guests today, we really appreciate you for coming on board. So our agenda today is as follows. Number one, we are going to have our welcome note from the Continental President, who is Dr. Richard Sanko. And from there, we are going to move to the introduction of any guest in our midst or any new participant. From there, we are going to hear the remarks from the CSG. And then our number 4 agenda is going to be our TOT session, whereby we are going to have Mr. Patrick Nkoma from Malawi making a presentation in marketing research and entrepreneurship. And every participant or presenter is gonna take 30 minutes. Then we are going to move to the Q&A in regards to the topic. The second presenter is going to be Mr. Keita Diakar, but here I have addressed him as Sanko Mohammed from Guinea, going to do a presentation on agriculture activities by women in Africa. He's also going to take us through in 30 minutes. Then after, we are going to have our Q&A. Then number 3, we are going to have Mr. Isaiah Wariero from Kenya, who is going to take us through a presentation on water and sanitation. 30 minutes. From there, we are going to move to our Q&A. And lastly, that is number 5, we are going to have our AORBs, which is any other relevant business before closure of the meeting. So once again, for those who have just joined us, welcome into the meeting. And we know that it's gonna be a very, very constructive meeting and very informative. And we ask for everyone's input and participation. So to start us off, I'm gonna welcome Mr. Richard Sanko to give a welcome note to the participants of today's meeting. Welcome, Mr. Sanko.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Continental Secretary. I'm really happy to be part of this meeting today and also to take a lead around it, including yourself and others. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to UnityNet Africa and Diaspora, usual weekly meetings. This is a session we exchange, we dialogue, developmental issues that are directly connected to the continent in support of both African residents and the diaspora. So within our midst, we have different nationalities. We have international people as well as also Africans who are with us here as a team to support this process of development we are moving on. So therefore, I implore everyone to keenly listen and ensure you have some iota of contributions towards the process of development that UnityNet Africa and Diaspora has set up to rebrand Africa. We appreciate Mr. Lloyd for his great work and our global co-founders, Stephanie, Angela, of course, Andrew, and myself for the tremendous or relentless work that we are doing, that we are now workaholic. We don't have time to waste. And so everybody here is also encouraged to join the same footing because development is not cheap, it's expensive. And so therefore everybody is going extra to support this development. Do whatever you can to ensure our objectives are enhanced. Thank you. I wish us all the best of its kind and ensure you contribute meaningfully towards the process. Thank you once again. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a comment, if I may, briefly.
Yes, Mr. Prince Andrew, you can go ahead.
Excuse me. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I know that these meetings are normally just for the participants of the particular group here, but our presentations have implications for the wider community. And I would like to request the permission, if I may, to live stream the presentation and Q&A sessions, if that would not be out of protocol.
Yes, it is approved. Go ahead. Yes.
Thank you very much. So we are going to move to our next agenda so that we can save on time. And I'm going to invite the guests today and the new participants. So if you're here and this is your first time to participate with us in this meeting, you can kindly go ahead and unmute and introduce yourself to us, please. If this is your first time to participate in the meeting, kindly unmute and introduce yourself to us. Anyone? Okay, if there be no one.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, please, you can go right ahead. Maxim.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maxim Bilemu. I'm the office secretary of UnityNet Guinea.
Yes, Maxim, you're very much welcome to the meeting today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're most welcome, madam. Anyone else who is our new participant today or a guest, you can kindly go ahead and unmute for your introduction to us.
Hello.
Hello to you. Go right ahead.
Yeah. We have a new member today that is going to do a presentation on behalf of Guinea today, Madame Jaka Keita. She's going to introduce herself in French.
Okay. Thank you very much. She can go right ahead.
Je m'appelle Jaka Keita.
You can interpret, Mr. Sanko.
Her name is Jaka Keita from Guinea.
Okay, thank you very much. She's our presenter today.
Yes, she is our presenter today from Guinea.
Okay. I thought you have another name.
No,
so right now I'm very...
Jaka Keita. Jaka Keita. She's a woman.
Okay. Now, right now I'm clear. I'm clear there are two different persons. So is she going to do the presentation in French so that we can work around the translation?
Yes, of course. It will be translated orally.
Okay, thank you very much for making that clear.
You're welcome.
Yes, Madam Continental Secretary, since this is a mixing chamber, hello, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
So since this is a mixing chamber, where in Africa, we have people from North Africa, the Arabs, they are coming, they are on their way. We also have the Francophone, they are with us, of course, and they are very, very cooperative, very active. So we encourage them to come on board to ensure that their presence is felt by everyone. So today is going to be a special time for the Francophone. And thank you, Madam Jaketa, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President, for that remark. So I'm still going to ask if there is anyone else we have left behind who is a new participant today to kindly unmute and introduce themselves before we go to the next agenda. Any other new participants? Okay, if there be no other, I'm just going to make a few reminders to us before we go to the next session. And the first reminder is that if you're not speaking, kindly mute your mic so that you can be able to get to hear the person that is making their presentation. So kindly mute your mic if you're not speaking. The other reminder is when you're asking a question or making a contribution, kindly be specific, be precise, so that we can save on time and give others an opportunity to also do their presentation, or rather make their comments. If you want to interject or rather ask a question, kindly raise your hand. There is an emoji for a hand raised. Kindly use it to raise your hand, and we are going to recognize that and give you the opportunity. So without taking any more time, I can see Prince Andrew's hand raised. Is it the previous one? Or do you want to say something, sir?
No, I apologize. I'll lower it now. Thank you so much for the reminder.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So right now, we are going to move to our TOT session, where we are going to have Mr. Patrick Nkoma from Malawi making a presentation on marketing, research, and entrepreneurship for the next 30 minutes. Mr. Patrick Nkoma, I hope you're with us, sir, so that you can begin your presentation.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, sir, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much that you have welcomed me in this time that I can do my presentation here. Thank you, everyone who is on board. I just want to do my presentation here for maybe about 30 minutes. But also, I'd like to apologize because my phone, I'm using a phone now. So I would like to apologize. It may be, or it may happen that during my presentation, maybe my battery or my phone will die. I don't know how best we can do it, but as usual, I remember the first time I actually submitted, I submitted my presentation to our own president to do the presentation on the laptop, or if he has one, maybe can also assist this time around, so that we can actually go ahead with the presentation.
That's an excellent question. Carlos, do you have access to the presentation, or can you share it for Jane to share with the audience? Professor Carlos, yes, are you there?
Actually, Jenny has the presentation, but I don't know if he can, she can do it now, I don't know.
So can you forward the presentation for me? Though I'm using my phone, but I'm trying to connect now through my laptop to get everyone.
Jane, do you or not have the presentation?
Yeah, Jane, can you project the presentation?
I may not be, I'm also using my phone, so I may not be able to project it. Yeah, but we have it both on WhatsApp and in our email, if you can access it, Mr. President.
Okay, you send it through your personal line?
Yeah, I sent it to you personally and on email, the UNAD email.
And just a housekeeping note for future reference, perhaps it would be a good idea for the benefit of our audience to make sure before we begin that we have all the presentations that will be made in the hands of Jane and or the professor so that we can continue the presentation without interruption. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Jane, what's the title of the presentation?
All right, actually, I'll come myself into the introduction of the presentation. The presentation is actually, I presented the first presentation, it was about market research and entrepreneurship. So I am actually continuing with that presentation, but maybe with a different thing, because I've gone maybe far from what I presented at the first time. So this is about international business, doing business internationally. This is what I'll actually talk about.
Yes, Andrew, can you help for the moment?
Can I send it now, or maybe?
Yes. No, can you go ahead? No, sorry, Patrick. Can you for now do the presentation? Just start. So whilst I'll project it shortly, please. You can go ahead so that we use time.
If you inbox my WhatsApp,
I have it now.
Directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have it now.
You have it now?
Yes, but I'm trying to put myself in place. Okay, Andrew, I'm copying you.
All right, thank you. So I will go ahead with the presentation by introduction. As I indicated earlier on, that the presentation today is about doing business international or international business. This is a continuation from what we learned about entrepreneurship and also market research. So today, as an introduction, we will actually look into 5 areas about this presentation. The first area is about Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, so
we are getting feedback.
So the co-hosts, please mute the people that are not speaking. There are several co-hosts here, so please assist. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yes, so as I said, I will talk about 5 areas to do with the international business. But first, the first point, I'll go about what is international business. And the second one, who has an interest in international business? And the third one.
Sir, I'm sharing the screen now, but for the purpose of our audience, please begin with the first page and introduce yourself, etc. Can you see the screen?
Let me, because I was on my phone, so let me get back to the screen.
Yes.
Yes. Now, yes, I can see now.
Please direct me into how to proceed so that we can do this in a coordinated manner.
Yes. Yeah. So the introduction is the next page from this one.
Yes, but I'm asking you to begin by introducing yourself to the audience that does not know who you are. Please begin at the beginning.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, this is Patrick Nkoma. I am the Continental Project Director for UnityNet African Diaspora. And also, I happen to be the country representative or president for UnityNet Malawi. I'm coming from Malawi. So I'll do the presentation, as I said, about business. So that's my name so far. So we can go ahead for the next page now.
Well, actually, if you could read out your information here, your WhatsApp and email, so that those people that can't see it can know how to contact you.
Yes, indeed. As it is being written on the actually the first page, international business. There's a word like presented by Patrick Kulemkoma, Continental Projects Director, UnityNet Africa and Diaspora. WhatsApp 0999 or +265 999 245 271. Yes, so
Thank you. I proceeded now to the introduction page. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. So as I earlier on said, that the first thing that we look into is about what is the international business, and the second one, who has an interest in international business. The third point, what forms do international business take? And then the fourth one, what is the globalization debate about international business? And then we also go to the last point, which is what is the relationship between international business and ethics. So these are the areas that we actually will look into, or we'll look at as we go along. So first of all, we want to go into the first point, which is what is international business. Next page, please. Hello.
We hear you.
Yes, you can hear me, but I want to go to the next page from this one, the introduction. This was an introduction, so I want to go into the next page, which we can see more about. Yes, this one now. So as I said, we are going to look into the meaning of international business. What is international business? All right, so what is international business? This is to give you, or to give us, a working definition of also international business. And then here, I'll actually also look into who is interested in the, in international business. Some of the different forms international businesses take. You will also gain a general understanding of the globalization debate. So this debate centers on whether, this is one point from the debate, whether the world is flat, in the senses that all markets are interconnected, and
We lost your sound, it seems.
You lost my voice.
Yes, you're back now. Go ahead, please.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, so yes, as I said, like the second thing now, whether this
Your voice is muted again, sir.
the world is flat. Perspective as global alone. So we can go to the next page. We go to the next page, please. Prince Andrews, if you are there.
The intro page?
Yeah, intro page, yes. It's a continuation of that which I've just read. So, as I said, what we would actually discover, or what you will learn or we will discover from the discussion of this debate, is that the world may not be flat.
The world.
The world, the globe. In the purest sense, but there are powerful forces, also called, there are actually called flatters.
Sir,
sorry,
please.
I don't know, yes. I don't know, the document that I'm reading here.
No,
yes.
please, sir, if you would go through the entire presentation and then come back with additional comments, that would allow us to have questions and answers. Thank you.
Yes, you're right. And also the document I'm reading here is like, I don't know what happened with it. It is like, it was messed up. Maybe, I don't know, something else happened with the document. So otherwise I can read. There are some areas where the paint has been put.
Yes, I apologize, but this is impromptu. However, if you could be so kind as to just go through and read the heading of each page of the entire documentation, then we can have a further discussion.
Yes, you're right. So here, as we have indicated here, we are talking about the international business. It's still an introduction, but we just want to go into the learning objectives. So in this topic that we are talking about the international business, we will learn 3 areas of the objectives. First, know the definition of international business. Second, comprehend how strategic management is related to international business. And then the third one, we also learn about understanding how entrepreneurship is related to international business. So the meaning now, international, yes, all right then. And then the definition itself of the international business. There's one definition before this one, but however, yes. And then there's strategic management and
entrepreneurship.
A lecture, man. So now lectures.
Yeah, it's about more business entrepreneurship.
Will host please mute the people not speaking? Will the co-host please mute the people not speaking?
Okay.
Yeah, so this third area now we also look into this is the last point where we take away the meaning of international business. So these are key takeaways So the first thing that we can take away is international business encompasses a full range of cross-border.
Sir, yes. I'm going to walk through your entire presentation. We know that you know the content. However, this is not the curriculum. So we need to get this information to the people. So I'm going to walk through, just read the titles, and then you can make your presentation, please.
Okay, then. Thank you. Yes, so the second point of the presentation is who is interested in doing business internationally? The stakeholders, the people that you will be interested in that. So also we will look at that, and then the stakeholders, as I said, this other area. There's an example of the people, I mean, in the companies like Google itself. You will also find about Google in this presentation. So there's also
sir, please excuse me. Let me just briefly walk through it, and then you can do your presentation in the interest of time, if I may.
Yes, I understand. I understand, sir. Yes.
Yeah, just a moment, please.
Yes.
Just a moment. Then, just a moment, please. I'll walk through it, and then I'll turn it over to you. Just a moment.
All right. Okay.
So today's presentation will involve, let me go back to the beginning. This is a presentation on international business by Patrick Lima Nakoma. He's a Continental Project Director for UnityNet Africa and the Diaspora. His WhatsApp is +265 999 245 271. His email is patricknkhoma055@gmail.com. And with the co-host, please, I'll admit people that are coming in and also monitor the mute. This will include the introduction, what is international business, the introduction again, pardon me. This goes into detail, the definition of international business, strategic management and entrepreneurship, key takeaways, who is interested in international business, again, the three subsets, what forms do international businesses take, your sample of a three-part mission statement, international forms of government, forms of international business, non-governmental organizations, key takeaways, the globalization debate, live in a flat world, how the world got flat. We live in a multi-domestic world, not a flat one. Key takeaways, ethics and international business, framework for ethical discussions, but ethics is not. And key takeaways. And finally, the end of presentation, questions and answers. So, sir, I would ask you, again, in the interest of time, to just make your presentation the key points, understanding that all of us are very interested about the subject, but for interest of time, please just make your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, so as we have all read the key points that we are going to discuss about this presentation about doing business internationally. This is a dimension from what we learned last time about the doing business like an entrepreneur, also market research. So this is another area that helps us to actually to understand how we can do our businesses international from the local level now, going beyond that to international area. So we're having area that we need to understand when we are doing business. We are taking this of UnityNet African Diaspora, which actually initiated from somewhere else, but it has been penetrated into African nations. We don't know where it began. We know where it began, but it's not in Malawi actually for this instance. So you'll find that something that was begun outside Malawi has been penetrated in Malawi and even the surrounding or the neighboring countries here in Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and elsewhere. So this is a kind of thing that we are talking about internationally, doing business internationally. So we want to understand that when we are doing business anywhere, any type of business that we are doing, we also have to think about how can we do it more than what I do now or beyond this point of business that I'm running now. So I want to actually to also penetrate the other areas or other nations for this business. So we have like people, I mean, the companies, I mentioned about this Google thing, that Google now is an international business, which everyone, any individual, any company are using Google because they're using it. Is where we find a lot of information from. Actually, when we Google, we find the websites. They are there. The businesses that are being run, wherever they have been put together on the website. So we are talking about doing that kind of or having that kind of mentality now as we are doing business, to think about how can we penetrate our the global now with our businesses. So I am also taking this as an example, as I have mentioned about UnityNet African Diaspora or Global UnityNet. It's been penetrated, it's been gone around the continent. Everyone knows about it. So it's like, what product that I have, I want to sell it out from within. Now I want to go beyond this now, this setup. So it's what we are discussing about, so that each and everyone who is an entrepreneur should also think about doing business beyond the limitation. We can do businesses anywhere around the world, as long as we are using the best and effective ways of doing businesses. For instance,
sir,
the business.
Sir,
yes,
sir, just to let you know, you have 10 minutes left. So whatever
yes,
the important points you want to engage your audience, now's that time.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, so the main points that I wanted us to be shared with is actually thinking beyond our own level, thinking about how we can run businesses outside our own context, or outside of our own setup, or nation, culture, everything. So we are beyond the culture now. We are beyond nations. We are beyond tribes. We are beyond traditions. So we are doing businesses more than what we actually we are limited to, or we are bound to. But now I was trying to think about that. Then this is the encouragement to those who are interested in doing businesses to think beyond their own capacity. They should also think about, how can I penetrate more than the setup now, the local setup, but now I can penetrate the world, the globe. Everywhere should know the product. But how can I sell the product? How can the product be important to them? Is the product can affect the people, the community, the nations? If it is the product is viable to the nations, yes, go ahead, and then you can also you can do business elsewhere. The product itself matters on qualities. The way even the businesses of UnityNet African Diaspora has to also think about how to present their own business to the nations, regardless of now we are talking about leaving culture behind. It's more than culture now. We are doing interculture. We are doing those things like now it's more than the nation. We can do internationally. So we have different cultures that we also need to understand when doing our own businesses about maybe UnityNet African Diaspora. Yeah, so finally, that's my presentation that I wanted to make because it's actually it's a short time that I've been allocated to, but it's actually what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much. And the presentation in there, the notes are there. We can be actually at liberty actually to also go through them. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick, for the presentation. We congratulate you. And we know we have borrowed a leaf from everything that you have taken us through. So we are in the section of Q&A. If you have a question to Mr. Patrick in regards to the topic, you can kindly raise up your hand and go ahead with your question. Anyone? Yes, Mr. Andrew, Prince Andrew, you can go right ahead, sir.
Well, thank you so much. And certainly thank you for the presentation. And as he said, we will make it available in the UnityNet group so that we can all review it at our leisure. I would like for us to address first the meaning of Africa and the diaspora, because as we all know, the diaspora, according to the African Union, involves those people born outside the continent of Africa who align themselves with the Constitutive Act of the African Union and are in support of it. However, on the continent itself, there are, in addition to the 12 flagship projects for African Union Agenda 2063, there are also 5 what they call diaspora legacy projects that imply it is important for those people that are born in Africa that have left, but still have family and ties in Africa to be the ones to say, my co-host, please monitor the attendees so that they are muted when someone else is speaking. Thank you. So my point is this, from the standpoint of Africa and the diaspora UnityNet, I suggest that it's critically important that we first identify what's called situational awareness. For example, we do know that the African Continental Free Trade Area went into effect January of last year, but at the same time, Brexit happened, which means now that the United Kingdom is reestablishing its economic ties throughout its what was formerly called the Commonwealth of Nations, including many African nations. However, there's something called the African, Caribbean, and Pacific Group of Nations that was founded by the EU in 2007. It is, in fact, the longest running geographical connection between Africa business and the rest of the world. So I would just encourage us to first do a situational awareness. And no matter what country you're in on the continent of Africa, there are, in fact, existing frameworks that provide support services for entrepreneurs, not just in your own country or in countries neighboring you, but throughout the entire African continent and the world. In particular, because I'm here in the United States, I do know that there is something called Prosper Africa that's set up to do this very same thing that supports not just American-owned businesses in African countries, but African businesses in Africa to connect those dots. So I'll just put a pin in it there, but I'm just suggesting that as we take a look at what we're going to do to expand our international business, to take full advantage of the existing frameworks that exist. Thank you so much.
Thank you indeed.
Thank you, Prince Andrew, for your contribution. I would encourage every one of us, the document
yes.
on the UnityNet Africa and Diaspora platform. You can go through it so that you can be able to touch base and maybe interact in terms of participation and asking questions in regards to the topic. Yes, Dr. Carlos, you can go right ahead.
Yeah, I really appreciate Andrew and Lloyd. They've been so helpful in these processes, which is very, very important and instrumental for all of us. And so what Andrew is saying is very important for all of us as Africans to take it very serious and ensure that we do the proper collaboration and bring those relevant key indicators on board to ensure that they are all part of the process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We have Madam Juliet. Kindly go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, and good evening and good morning to everyone. Thank you for the presentation. I think we're able to get the gist of it. My question, I think it's also a contribution. We should be looking at all the opportunities that come with being part of the global business and some of the issues that Prince Andrew highlighted, or the opportunities that there are. Is it not important as a UnityNet African diaspora to also look at how we strategically position ourselves, not just in terms of projects, but as countries, to maximize those opportunities? Because I know that the SADC has its own opportunities for countries that are within the SADC area, which includes Malawi, South Africa, Mozambique, Lesotho, etc. Is it not important? And I suggest that we should also maybe look at how we also strategically position ourselves to be able to make use of the existing opportunities and development opportunities within the different, whether it's UN or G20, anywhere else. Would it be something that we would look at as a UnityNet Africa and diaspora?
Thank you very much, Madam Juliet, for your contribution too. Anyone else who wants to make a contribution before we move on to the next?
So who is next?
The next presenter, we have from Sierra Leone, we have Keita Diaka from Guinea. Keita Diaka, kindly go ahead with your presentation.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our presenter today from Guinea is Madam Jaka Keita. But before she goes ahead on the presentation, I would like to know if Mr. Leno Tranquil is here, who is going to do our translation. And also Mr. Maxim Guillemot, if you are here. Thank you. I've already seen the shared document.
Yes, I'm around, sir. I'm around.
Good. Thank you. So I thank you so much. And I think you are going to lead us for translating this document, which Madam Keita Jaka is going to present to us. I thank you so much, and I hand over to Madam Jaka Keita.
You're welcome, sir.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. J'ai l'honneur et le grand plaisir de vous présenter la thématique, les contraintes liées à l'exercice des activités agricoles des femmes en Afrique.
Good evening and good afternoon, everyone. I have a great pleasure to present to you this topic today, entitled The Constraints of Women in Relation with the Practice of the Agricultural Activities in Africa by Women. Yes. This is a presentation plan.
Présentation de la carte agro-pastorale de la République de Guinée. Rappel de quelques réalités, initiatives sanitaires, perspectives et enfin conclusion.
Okay, that is a presentation. That's what the introduction. That's the schedule. The first thing, she's going to do the cartographical presentation of Guinea and the overview of some realities, and also some keyword initiatives. And number 4 will be what the perspectives, and number 5 will be what the conclusion.
Présentation cartographique. La République de Guinée est un pays côtier d'Afrique occidentale.
This is the cartographical presentation. The Republic of Guinea is a coastal country of West Africa.
Elle est située à mi-chemin entre l'équateur et le tropique de Cancer.
The country is located between what? The equator and the Tropic of the Cancer.
Elle couvre une superficie de 1245,857 km².
It covers an area of 245,857 kilometers square.
Elle est limitée à l'est par la Côte d'Ivoire, au nord par les Républiques du Mali et du Sénégal, à l'ouest par la République de Guinée-Bissau et l'océan Atlantique.
Guinea is limited the east by la Côte d'Ivoire, which is Ivory Coast, and the north by the republics of Mali and the Senegal, and the west by the Republic of the Guinea-Bissau and the Atlantic Ocean, and the south by the republics of Liberia and Sierra Leone.
Comme vous le constatez sur la carte, la Guinée est un pays essentiellement agro-pastoral.
As you can see it on the map, Guinea is essentially agro-pastoral country.
De la Basse-Côte en Guinée forestière, en passant par la Moyenne Guinée et en Haute-Guinée, chaque région est spécifiquement et cumulativement dotée de sa ressource agro-pastorale.
From the Lower Guinea to the Forest Guinea, through the Middle Guinea and the Upper Guinea, each region is gifted by specifically gifted by some agro-pastoral activities.
Le sujet que j'ai le plaisir et le devoir de vous présenter ce lundi 28 mars 2022 n'est pas nouveau dans l'histoire politique de l'Afrique.
The topic that I have the pleasure to do the presentation this Monday is not new in the history or the political history of Africa.
Des milliers de discours ont été prononcés à travers le monde par les femmes elles-mêmes.
Thousands of speeches have been made by through the world by some women themselves, individually or collectively.
Individuellement ou unis dans les organisations de défense des droits de propriété foncière des femmes.
That is individually or collectively in some organizations defending the rights of, that is the land owning rights by women.
Mais malgré les milliers de discours, les lobbies, les actions citoyennes, les résultats ne semblent pas être à la hauteur des efforts voulus.
But despite thousands of speeches or lobbies or the citizenship actions, the results we have not yet met the achievements.
Rappel de quelques réalités.
The overview of some realities.
En République de Guinée, comme dans tous les pays africains, la femme est victime de privation à l'accès à la terre.
In the Republic of Guinea, as in every African country, a woman is victim of the privation to have access to the land.
Cette situation se manifeste sous forme de refus de l'homme à reconnaître le droit de propriété foncière de la femme.
This situation is manifesting in the form, the kind of refusal of a man to recognize the land owning rights of women, though most of some activities which one can generate revenues are executed by women, such as gardening, and also what? The rice cultivation, rearing, and the pisciculture.
Bien que la plupart des activités génératrices de revenus sur le plan agro-pastoral sont exécutées par les femmes, à savoir le culture maraîchère, la culture vivrière, le petit élevage et la pisciculture, etc.
Exactly, this is what we have just said. Those some agro-pastoral pastoral activities have been executed or practiced by women, such as gardening, rearing, and pisciculture, etc.
Si quelques pays reconnaissent théoriquement les mêmes droits aux deux sexes, tels que le Sénégal, le Mali et le Burkina.
If some countries recognize or theoretically the same rights to the two sexes, such as Senegal, Mali, and Burkina.
Au Maroc et en Algérie, le plus souvent, la femme ne bénéficie qu'un droit d'usufruit sur la terre de leur époux. Elles sont exclues de l'héritage.
In Morocco and Algeria, women are benefiting what we call the usufruct rights. They are excluded in the words heritage.
Dans le meilleur de ces cas, on les accorde une partie inférieure à celle des hommes. Elles sont considérées comme des mineurs.
They give them some a share which are inferior to that of men. They are considered to be minors.
Une seconde disposition contribue à laisser les femmes à l'accès à la terre. En RDC, Namibie, pour qu'une femme conclue un contrat, elle doit obtenir l'autorisation préalable de son conjoint.
The second disposition contributes to extract women from not having access to the land, especially in DR Congo, Namibia, so that a woman can have access. She must sign contracts. She must obtain an agreement from the husband. That is what the partner first.
Au Cameroun, c'est le mari qui est seul habilité à gérer le patrimoine. Articles 1421 et 1421 et 1428 du Code civil.
In Cameroon, it's only the husband who is entitled to manage the land. That's let's say the land. You can see it on the clause or the article 1421 of and also 1428 of the civil codes.
Dans d'autres pays, le droit de l'épouse en matière de gestion des patrimoines sont conditionnés par un contrat de mariage qui a été conclu, régime bien commun ou séparé.
In the other countries, the rights of the spouse the rights of the spouse in relation to the management of the land must be a contract signed between, a contract during the celebration of the wedding. Because some countries they must sign because for some countries we have two regimes. The first one may be the common properties. And the second one may be the separated one. So if you choose for the common properties, so everything belongs to the two. If it is the separated one, so a woman has her own, a man too has his.
Dans tous les cas, le norme juridique étant encore dominé par les principes relevant du droit coutumier, elle contribue à exclure les femmes de la propriété terrienne.
Okay, actually, the legal norms are being dominated by the principles, the relevant principle of the custom rights. They contribute to exclude women to have access to the land.
Aussi, les agricultrices produisent 80% de la nourriture de l'Afrique du subsaharien et ne possèdent que 1% des terres.
Also, those women practicing agriculture, they produce 80% of food in the Sub-Saharan of Africa, but they possess only 1% of the land.
En outre, les droits d'usufruit des femmes est limité dans le temps. Il peut être retiré à la fin des saisons agricoles.
So, the usual rights of women is limited.
Certaines productions, en général les plus lucratives, sont réservées aux hommes, telles que le café, cacao et anacarde, etc.
Some lucrative businesses are only reserved for men, such as cocoa, cafe, and anacarde.
Le droit d'usufruit est également menacé en cas de séparation ou veuvage.
The usufruct right is also threatened when the couple is separated or when there's in case a woman becomes a widow.
Dans certaines régions du Kenya, la pratique du livret contraint les veuves à épouser l'un des frères de leur mari défunt pour continuer à cultiver la terre.
In some regions of Kenya, the practice of the levy rates constrains some widows to spouse, that's to marry again, the brothers of the late husband, so that they can continue having access to the land.
Les effets dévastateurs de la violation des droits de la propriété des femmes a été amplifiés par la diffusion de l'épidémie VIH-Sida, qui constitue aujourd'hui la première cause de décès en Afrique subsaharienne.
The devastating effects of the violation of the rights of the properties of women have been amplified by the spread of the epidemic, that's HIV/AIDS, which constitute today the first cause of the death in Sub-Saharan of Africa.
L'étude de la titrisation des terres d'une province de Kenya a montré 7 ans après la réforme foncière, seulement les 7% des terres enregistrées appartenaient aux femmes de façon exclusive ou conjointe. Sifton, 1988.
The studies of entitlement of the lands in the province of Kenya has demonstrated or shown that 7 years after the reform of land owning, only 7% of the land had been which have been registered belongs to women. Belongs to women, either conjointly or separately.
Une enquête réalisée en 2001 à Kenya a montré que les femmes qui deviennent veuves suite au décès de leur mari mort du sida se voient chercher avec leurs enfants et privées de tout héritage.
An investigation which made in 2021, Kenya has shown that women who became widows and due to the death of their husbands of HIV/AIDS, those families have been excluded, or have been excluded of the land. They have been even at times where they even fire them.
Qui revient à la famille, même éloigné du défunt.
Yes, they are even far away from the the late husband family.
Woman Rights Watch 2002. Or, le déficit de pouvoir rend souvent la femme impuissante à s'imposer aux époux des rapports sexuels protégés.
That's the deficit of that power will even weaken some women. So they cannot impose anything in terms of sexual relations to the husband.
En République de Guinée, malgré les efforts et les différents gouvernements qui se sont succédés dans le temps, la position de la femme vis-à-vis de la terre reste dominée par les considérations coutumières qui ne cessent de persister dans le quotidien de nos partenaires naturels, les hommes.
The Republic of Guinea, despite the different efforts of the government, of the different government which have been succeeded in the time, the position of women towards the land is still dominated by some customary considerations. So we do not cease to persist up to now, up to today's.
Bien entendu que c'est la femme qui supporte les 70% du poids de la pauvreté.
Yes, in that women do support the weight, 70% of the weight of the poverty.
Le gouvernement de la République de Guinée, appuyé par ses partenaires techniques et financiers, est en plein pied dans l'initiative et la promotion du projet d'autonomisation de la femme.
Okay, the Republic of Guinea's government and its partners, those are technical partners and the financial one, are working hard for the promotion of some projects which empower women.
Les femmes organisées en association, à l'exemple les WAPEP, ont mis en place les premiers projets agricoles dans la CRD de Tanin.
Women organize in some associations. I'll set up the first project, the first agricultural projects in the district of Tanene.
Grâce à l'appui de l'ONG Audit Femmes, les femmes de Kaptura en Guinée ont bénéficié d'un projet de plantation de moringa, de séchage et de vente des feuilles pour améliorer leurs conditions de vie.
Okay, good words. The support of the NGO as the UNO NGO, women of the Kaftura in Guinea have benefited what a project, that's a planting words, the plantation of moringa, and also what the drying and the sales of the leaves to improve their living conditions.
À l'intérieur du pays, dans la préfecture de Kissoudou, évolue la coopérative Mantis pour l'autonomisation de la femme rurale, Comafir, qui pratique la riziculture, le maraîchage et la commercialisation des produits agricoles.
In the interior of the country, as the district of Kissoudou, they have a cooperative which we call Mantis. That's what they are dealing with for the empowerment of a rural woman who also practice rice cultivation and gardening, and also the commercialization of some agricultural products.
Le chapitre de Guinée, à travers son plan de projet stratégique, a exprimé sa volonté d'initier des centres d'initiative et de promotion agricole à l'image des centres Songhai au Bénin.
Okay.
Un de ses objectifs de ces centres est la promotion de la femme rurale.
Guinea chapter, through its strategic plan, has expressed the will to initiate the creation of an agricultural center, which will be a pilot of projects, the image of a Songhai a center, which will be like Songhai's chapter in Benin.
La mise en œuvre de ces programmes du chapitre Guinée de UnityNet Guinée servira l'exemple, non seulement pour le gouvernement de notre pays, mais aussi pour tous les Africains qui se sont lancés il y a des décennies dans la promotion de la femme en matière de développement agricole.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Tongre.
Hello, Mr. Lino.
Continue.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. Yeah.
Kindly go ahead.
Continue, Lover.
Conclusion. Conclusion. Femmes, unissons-nous pour gagner. Merci pour votre aimable attention. La présentatrice, Madame
Conclusion, yeah, is that what? Women, let's be united to win. The presenter, Madame Jaka-Keita. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. I don't get your name right, but I think
Madam Jaka-Keita.
Jaka-Keita. Okay, I got it right. Yeah, that was a very comprehensive presentation I love the fact that you have done your homework well in regards to the observations made about the plight of the woman in Africa. Yeah, the fact that you got it right about the plight of the woman in Kenya, that only 7% of the women in Kenya own land, and the rest, they have not acquired land yet, which is a problem and a challenge that we are facing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, maybe you can translate to her.
Okay,
so
no
she
problem.
doesn't get. Yeah.
Yeah. Ok, merci Jaka Keta. Je pense que vraiment, tu as vraiment touché des doigts et puis tu as eu la maîtrise du thème parce que, le fait que tu es allé même toucher jusqu'au Kenya, effectivement, ce que tu as dit, c'est vrai, c'est 7% des femmes kenyens qui ont vraiment accès à la terre. Le reste, pas encore. Thank you, Madame. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can ascertain that what she spoke about, the plight of the woman in Kenya, is very true, whereby we have women being disinherited once their spouses they die, and they are inherited by the parents of maybe the spouse, the siblings, or the uncles or the aunties, especially for women who are below 50 years, and they are sent away to go and look for another man so that they can inherit the other man, but they take over their relatives' wealth and land. So these women are really suffering a lot, and they are really stigmatized by the community per se. And it is something that really touches our hearts as women, that this has to go on because of the traditions and the cultures that we have borrowed from. So I really relate with what she has talked about, especially about the rural woman. Yeah, so we move to the Q&A. And if there be anyone who wants to make a contribution or ask a question, you can go ahead and do so. And I see Madame Juliet. Yeah, you have raised up your hand. Kindly go ahead, Madame. Madame Juliet, the floor is yours. Hello, am I audible? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
oh,
we can hear you.
Okay, Madame Juliet, you can go right ahead.
Okay, I think she's maybe somewhere. I want to contribute.
Okay. Please,
okay.
First of all, I want to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to the presenters of the Republic of Guinea-Conakry.
Oui. Je voudrais d'abord exprimer ma gratitude à la présentatrice de la Guinée-Conakry.
I want the Republic of Guinea to understand that UnityNet is a feminist organization.
Je veux que le chapitre de la République de Guinée comprenne que UnityNet est une organisation féminine.
We have an equilibrium system for the participation of both women and men on issues that really affect them, either negatively or positively.
Nous avons l'équilibre de donner vraiment cette chance-là à tout le monde, que ce soit il y a de la participation des hommes et aussi des femmes sur les sujets qui les concernent, soit positivement ou bien négativement?
The issue around women owning property or land in Africa, especially in West Africa, is a very serious problem. And especially in West Africa, like Sierra Leone, Guinea, and these other countries, they are seriously and deeply, the women are seriously feeling the pinch of women accessing and owning property or land.
Le problème concernant l'accès des femmes à la terre est un problème que nous souffrons réellement, non seulement en Guinée, en Sierra Leone, et surtout en Afrique de l'Ouest. Donc, ce problème-là, il persiste sérieusement. Donc, c'est un problème que nous devons vraiment prendre à cœur.
And I was also impressed with an aspect of our presentation that the government of Guinea, together with civil society organizations, are working tremendously to ensure that women equally own or access land or property.
J'étais aussi vraiment impressionné par un aspect
We are missing you, Mr. Tonge.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello,
sir.
Mr. Tonge, we are missing you. All right. So
Yeah,
therefore,
yeah.
my closing remarks is, Guinea, we are with you, and we want you to participate in the current integrated poverty alleviation project, so that all these indicators that you mentioned that are deeply affecting women in Guinea can be seriously addressed through this poverty alleviation project.
OK, nous voudrons que vraiment le problème, tous les indicateurs que vous avez mentionnés là, pendant les discussions de notre projet, nous voudrons effectivement que vous soulevez ces problèmes pour qu'ensemble, nous pouvons essayer de voir ensemble, c'est-à-dire comment résoudre ces problèmes-là.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
OK, thank you, sir.
Merci. I'm learning French, and I know I'm gonna catch up very soon. Yeah, Madame Juliet, you're there?
It's good.
And go ahead. Madame Juliet? Okay, any other person can come through for any question or contribution? Any person with a contribution or a question, kindly come through.
Y a-t-il quelqu'un d'autre pour une question, une contribution?
Sorry?
I'm translating what you are saying, madam.
Okay. Thank you. I just forgot that you're supposed to translate.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, if we cannot get Madame Juliet through,
yeah,
and if there be no one with a question or a contribution to make in regards to the presentation,
yeah,
maybe we can move on to the third presenter, if that's okay with us. Yeah,
no problem. We can continue.
Yes, and thank you very much. Yes, Madame Juliet, kindly go ahead.
Not Madame Juliet, this is Madame Rubia to CC.
Oh, sorry. Welcome. Go right ahead.
Welcome. Yeah, I was here. I just want to contribute a little bit because this, first of all, thank you so much, Madam Jaka. I don't know the last name right, but I think Madam Jaka. Okay, Jaka Keita. Thank you so much for your presentation. It's a nice one and an educated one.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Jaka, pour ta présentation. Ton exposé, c'est vraiment cool. C'est éducatif.
Yes. I don't have much to say. I just want to thank her because I have a situation like that going on in my own family about land situation in Africa.
Okay. Je n'ai pas assez à dire parce que c'est juste te remercier parce que j'ai vraiment l'expérience des mêmes problèmes dans ma famille concernant la propriété terrienne. Okay.
Yeah, okay. My name is Rugi Asisi. I'm the CEO of MADU organization in Sierra Leone. And we have I'm working on the agriculture. Okay. First of all, yes, I'm working on agriculture. I'm doing Mr. Sanko, Mr. Carlos Sanko is, you know about us, and we are partners.
Okay.
So, so my dad died and left a lot of land, over 1,000 acres of land that we are working on agriculture, but the families have come over us and for that land. So I was taught when Ms. Jaka was talking about this land situation, I was so impressed and I feel emotional.
Vraiment, merci. Je suis Gatou Sissé, de la Sierra Leone. Je travaille sur l'agriculture. Mon papa a laissé des milliers de parcelles. Nous travaillons là-dessus, mais vraiment, ses parents sont venus pour nous retirer. Et puis, j'étais vraiment touché par ce sujet-là quand tu l'as soulevé. Donc, c'est vraiment émotionnel, quoi. Sincèrement, parce que nous rencontrons les mêmes problèmes. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, madam.
So if the network diaspora and Africa trying to work on agriculture, I'm so happy about that for the women. To make sure that we, the women, own lands and do our agriculture properly.
Ok, donc si vraiment UnityNet travaille sur l'agriculture, donc je suis vraiment content et impressionné par rapport à ça, pour que nous les femmes essayons d'avoir accès à la terre et que nous puissions les valoriser.
Merci.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right. Merci beaucoup. Okay. Then we go ahead to the next.
Thank you. Madam
yes,
Juliet.
Madam Jane.
Hello.
Madam Jane.
Yeah.
Madam Jane. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. There's somebody who wants to introduce herself. Yes.
Okay, kindly go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yes. My name is Kadiatu Kagbo, representing Sierra Leone here. And the person who has just ended the speech, she's my CEO and she stays at the United States of America. Once again, my name is Kadiatu Kagbo. I stay at Sierra Leone and Tonkolele parts of the Sierra Leone, Republic of Sierra Leone. And I'm so glad today to join you people. This is my first time because she always joined here. So my special thanks goes to Mr. Richard Carlos Sanko, and he always educates me about this network. I thank Madam and the woman that just speak from Guinea.
Keita, just say
yes,
Keita.
Madam Keita, Yaka Keita, for talking of woman empowerment, because that is our own team here. Tongolili District, Koli Farmer Bank, Chiefdom. I'm working with agriculture, that's my team, education, healthcare, and human rights. And we are partner with the Ministry of Agriculture and the Council, to be specific. And some organizations like JAMJ, they are always supporting agriculture so that we can move and empower women in agriculture. So I am the country director here, working with MADO, Mau Rural Development Organization. I feel pity when Madam Keita, she was talking about land, how women to obtain land in the Republic of Guinea. For us here in Tonkolili district, we have no problem about land. To be specific, Runia Saki, Kolifa Maban Chiefdom. I have a 6 group of women to empower in agriculture right now, presently, since 2019 up to this time. So today I'm here. I heard about this Madam Keita talking of empowering of women. I'm very, very glad about that. So that's our own team, MADO, Mau Rural Development Organization. We are part of Tonkolili district. We are operating on Runiasaki section with my 6 team, Maor and Matinkalol and Makong. There I located my 6 groups working with MADO presently. We thank God with the government because we think of mechanized farming so that we can empower women on agriculture so that they will be able to educate their children and do a lot of things. We talk about healthcare and human rights. For my CEO over there, Madam Rugia Tusise, she's really doing a great job. She just thought and fit that she is part and concerned. So come and help our people to empower them in agriculture with the government so that we can join us together and push the government to go further so that we reduce starvation and hunger in Sierra Leone. So I have more to say, but for the fact that today was my first time to join, so let me just stop there. I thank Mr. Richard Carlox because he's working with me personally, and I thank him for educating me a lot of things and joining me to this network. I hope that all the participants that participate in this forum, may God bless we all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madame. Je remercie vraiment. Yeah, hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam. You're very much welcome. And we hope that you're going to become one of the constant participants in these forums. Hoping to also hear from you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope you're going to make a presentation to one of these days. Yeah, there's something that Madam Keita mentioned about a tribe in Kenya whereby when a spouse dies, the woman is forced to marry a brother to the dead husband so that they can continue or so that she can continue utilizing the land or acquisition of the land. Yeah, that is something that is really, it's a reality, something that really happens here in Kenya. And it's a very sorry state of affair whereby you're forced to marry a brother to your husband who already has a wife so that you can continue tilling the land. Yeah, those are some of the plights of the African woman. So Madam Juliet, I think you have been able to unmute. You can come through. Madam Juliet, have you been able to unmute? I have sent a request to you to unmute.
Yeah, Jane, can you?
Hello.
Jane, can you?
Yeah, hello, please.
Hello.
Yeah, just because before she comes in, let me summarize it to Jaka.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes,
just
you can go right ahead.
A summary. Le sujet que tu as parlé aujourd'hui, Jaka, est vraiment pertinent, c'est-à-dire l'autonomisation des femmes. La première femme qui est intervenue de la Sierra Leone travaille sur ça. L'agriculture, elle a des partenaires, le ministère, et puis aussi les partenaires agricoles. Elle a beaucoup de groupes avec lesquels elle travaille aussi dans les milieux ruraux. Donc, franchement, lorsque tu as fait ton exposé sur ça, elle était vraiment impressionnée. Elle a très fortement ressenti cela, surtout pour les femmes guinéennes. Donc, franchement, c'est un sujet très pertinent que tu as parlé aussi de la part de Mme Jane Kenya, lorsque tu as souligné que vraiment, lorsque le mari décède, on essaie de forcer la femme d'épouser, c'est-à-dire de remarier le jeune frère ou bien le frère pour qu'elle continue à utiliser la terre. C'est aussi une réalité kenyenne que ça se passe là-bas. Donc, franchement, elle est très contente. Les femmes là sont aujourd'hui très contentes du fait que tu as touché les doigts ces réalités-là. Parce que vraiment, ça se passe partout en Afrique aujourd'hui. Donc, le fait qu'on parle de l'autonomisation des femmes, là, vraiment, c'est important. Ils sont en train de travailler sur ça, aussi en Sierra Leone. Donc, on vous remercie beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much. For the
Madam Jane,
yeah, we can go on to the next presentation, whereby we are going to have Mr. Esaya Warriero taking us through water and sanitation. Mr. Warriero, the floor is yours. You can come through, sir.
Yeah, quickly, I just want to remind all of us, we have 39 minutes to go, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. And good morning.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Esaya Warriero. I'm electromechanical engineering by profession, trained as a legal, finance, and administrative management services. Currently, I'm the Deputy Finance Director, UnityNet Kenya chapter, and I'm the founder member and the treasurer for Gendo Empire Development Network here in Kisumu, Kenya. So I want to present water and sanitation. So we will just go straight away. What is water? A water simple definition. Water is a clear, colorless, tasteless, transparent, odorless liquid that is essential for human being, plants, animal life, and constitutes in pure form that forms the seas, lakes, rivers, rains, and is the basis of the fluid of the living organs. The liquid that descends from the cloud as rain forms streams, lakes, and seas, and is a major constituent of all living matters, and that when pure is an odorless, tasteless, very slightly compressively liquid oxide and hydrogen H2O, which appears bluish in thick layers, freezes at 0 degrees centigrade and boils at 100 degrees centigrade. That is the color of water for life. I think you can see it next. Next. Can we move to the next one? Hello?
The slide is not moving.
Huh?
Dr. Carlos?
Is it moving?
No, it's not moving. Dr. Carlos, you can kindly move the slide to the next page, if you don't mind.
Why water is the basis of life? Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yes. You're far ahead.
Hello. Are you seeing it?
But you are far ahead.
So where are we now?
Your voice is breaking.
I lost network.
Your voice is breaking.
You're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's the
slide number 3.
The network. It's the network. So we are.
Slide number 3.
Yeah, this was where we stopped. This was where we stopped.
Well, Carlos, can you share the presentation with Juliet or myself in WhatsApp, please?
Are you seeing the slide?
But you are ahead.
Hello?
You are ahead.
He says you're ahead.
Okay.
Go back.
You're supposed to be.
Okay, let me do it.
I have to reverse a little bit. Okay. A little bit more. Okay, thank you.
Are you seeing the presentation?
Yeah, that's the
Are
way
you
we
seeing
go.
the presentation?
Yes.
Yes, you are in the order of life.
I just want to confirm.
Is this the correct page?
So go to the next page.
Andrew, I share.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we stopped here. We're supposed to be here. You are not seeing anything? So my gosh, there's a problem. Okay, I stopped sharing now. Andrew, you go ahead sharing. Hello, Andrew? Hello, Andrew?
Yes, I'm here. Just a moment, please.
Oh.
So please tell me what page you want, Dr. Wario.
We are supposed to be at slide number 3.
Here?
Slide number 3.
On
yes,
my
there.
screen, this is, yes.
Yes, yes. So we move to number 4.
Just tell me when to proceed, and I'll proceed the slide when you tell me.
Yes, we just continue. Let me continue now.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, we go to number 4. Why water is the best? Yeah, why water? Yes, why water is the basis of life. Water is extensively capability to dissolve variety of molecules has earned it in the designated of universal solvent, and it is this ability that makes water such an invaluable life-sustaining force. On a biological level, water's role as a solvent helps cell transport and use substances like oxygen or nutrients. The next.
It's next. It's there.
What does water
represent?
Yeah, what does water represent? Yeah, what does water represent spiritually? with remarkable regularity across human cultures, water has been used to communicate the sacred value of life, the spiritual dimension of purification, protection, and healing, and the profound meaning of suffering and redemptions in human life. Next. Next.
It is next. Why are five reasons why water is important?
What are the 5 reasons why water is important? 5 reasons water is so important to your health. Water boosts energy. Water delivers important nutrients to all of our cells, especially muscle cells, postponing muscles, fatigues. Water helps weight loss. Water aids on digestion. Water detoxifies, and water hydrates skin.
Okay, next. Please excuse me, sir. In behalf of in the interest of time, I'm going to walk through this and read a little bit quicker, and then you can make your comments and presentation. What is the meaning of water and sanitation? Water sanitation is defined as the process of cleaning and purifying water so it is safe for use. An example of water sanitation is a filter that removes impurities from water. What is the simple definition of sanitation? The act or process of making sanitary. 2, the promotion of hygiene and prevention of disease by maintenance of sanitary conditions as by removal of sewage and trash, often used attributively a sanitation truck or sanitation workers. What is the importance of water in sanitation? Having clean water in sanitation means being able to avoid exposure to countless diseases. Every year, millions of people die from diseases caused by inadequate water supply. Sanitation and hygiene. Other than pneumonia, diarrhea is the main cause of death in children under 5. How do you do water sanitation? Improve sanitation facilities by providing toilets and latrines that flush into a sewer or safe enclosure. Promote good hygiene habits through education. Implements rainwater harvesting systems to collect and store rainwater for drinking or recharging underground aquifers. Types of sanitation. A range of sanitation technologies and approaches exists. Some examples are community-led total sanitation, container-based sanitation, ecological sanitation, emergency sanitation, environmental sanitation, on-site sanitation, and sustainable sanitation. What are the 4 types of sanitation? Sanitation includes all 4 of these technical and non-technical systems. Excreta management systems. Excreta is waste matter discharged from the body, especially feces and urine. Refers to the waste products of the human digestive system and the human metabolism, namely feces and urine. Water waste management systems. Included here are wastewater treatment plants, solid waste management systems, as well as drainage system for rainwater, also called storm water drainage. Excreta. Human excreta can make good fertilizer, but prejudice and laws stand in the way. Below view of excreta discharge and farm. Why sanitation is important in housekeeping. Preserving and protecting building assets such as carpets, floors, tiles, surfaces, and equipment. Creating a welcoming atmosphere and often subconsciously encouraging hard work and collective effort. While sanitation is important in public health. Proper sanitation promotes health, improves the quality of the environment, and thus the quality of life in a community. Sanitation refers to the safe collection, transportation, treatment, and disposal of human waste. What are the benefits of sanitation? Benefits of improving sanitation include reducing the spread of intestinal worms, schistosomia, see the photo, and trachoma, which are neglected tropical diseases that cause suffering for millions, reducing the severity and impact of malnutrition, promoting dignity and boosting safety, particularly among women and girls. What are the 5 importances of sanitation? The importance of sanitation and hygiene to your family's health. Protecting your family from illnesses and diseases, maintaining their mental health, improving their self-image and self-confidence, improving their social status, increasing their focus and productivity, providing a better quality of life. What is the difference between sanitation and sanitization? While cleaning is all about ensuring the primary process of removal of dirt, dust, etc., Sanitation is mostly about disinfecting the germs and bacteria. However, sanitation includes complete cleanliness, which includes cleaning dirt and removal of germs and bacteria to keep the surrounding clean. What is environmental sanitation? Environmental sanitation was defined as the control of all those factors in man's physical environment which exercise or may exercise a deleterious effect on his physical, mental, or social well-being, and the systems from taking dirty water and other waste products away from buildings in order to protect people. What is sanitation and safety? It ensures that all surfaces are cleaned on a regular basis and reduces the risk of transferring bacteria or other pathogens from an unclean surface to clean equipment, such as cutting boards or tools. The development and application of sanitary measures for the sake of cleanliness, protecting health. What is food hygiene and sanitation? It is necessary to create and maintain hygienic and sanitary conditions to safeguard the food. This involves protecting food from risk of contamination, that is, preventing objectionable matter getting into food, including harmful bacteria, poisons, and bodies. How can good sanitation prevent disease? When you wash your body, you remove bacteria from the skin, which prevents infection and the spread of diseases. Sanitation refers to public health conditions related to clean drinking water and treatment and disposal of human excreta and the sewage. Preventing human contact with feces is part of sanitation, as is hand washing with soap. What are the advantages and disadvantages of sanitation? Advantages are social health, diminishment of germs, and disadvantages are allergies and the negative effect on the immune system. More types of sanitations. An improved sanitation facility is defined as one that hygienically separates human excreta from human contact. It is not necessarily identical with sustainable sanitation. The opposite of improved sanitation has been termed unimproved sanitation. Community total sanitation, meaning in work life, 4 factors. Defined: A, using one's facilities, to B, contribute to a C, productive community, that D, creates value for others. Ecological sanitation. Here you see a schematic showing the pre-treatment. Overflow. Pre-treatment includes overflow, trash, air, and scum. On the secondary level, it includes aeration. I apologize, I can't read this chart. We'll have to come back to that. So these are the different sewage sanitation types. Industrial waste sanitation. Technical definition: industrial waste is unwanted material produced in or eliminated from an industrial operation and categorized under a variety of headings, such as liquid waste. It is the waste caused by industrial factors. The problem began along with the outset of Industrial Revolution. Toxic waste and chemical waste are a kind of industrial waste. These are photos showing that. This is the doctor himself while in Japan, training in industrial maintenance in 2004. Doctor, I'm going to turn this back over to you, and please revisit this particular page, which I was unable to thoroughly introduce.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
You're very welcome. Could you please describe the breakdown of this particular slide?
Hello?
Can you see the slide says ecological sanitation? I was unable to. Could you please review that with us, and then we'll move to questions and answers or your summary. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so can you please just analyze this slide that is in front of you, please?
That analyze that the photo shows the ecological sanitation, which you can usually use even when you are in a safari. If you use a mobile vehicle, you can transport it anywhere you want. Then the other one is showing the process of how the sanitation should be work in a better way, which is economically and ecologically suitable for our life and human beings.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll turn it back over to you, sir, for any comments or questions to the audience. But I'm in the screen share. The ball's back in your court.
Any questions in regards to the topic water and sanitation to Mr. Esaya Warriero? It's kindly invited. Yes, Madam Juliet, I hope you're able to unmute. Kindly come through. Madam Juliet?
Yeah, Henrik San.
Or
Henrik
Henrik,
is up.
you can come through, sir.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the reference to sanitation. I think one of the things that we also need to invest is compact plants. You know, sanitation systems is very expensive networks to transport the sewage from one area to another area where there's normally substantial investment in plant and equipment to treat the waste. In most places that what we are dealing with, you know, it's not going to be possible to link up these systems. So we need to look at other ways of doing it. And nowadays, with the fact that you can generate with photovoltaic systems your own electricity and have your own pumps and circulation systems, one can start looking at compact plants where a certain area do the full treatment of their own sewage. And I think that that is another one aspect that we can put onto our list because, you know, I like the way that we are talking and it's a total systems approach. And unfortunately, where there's human beings, there is sewage treatment required. So I would suggest, you know, if we've got some contacts in that area of compact plants, to have a look at that and introduce that topic to the group as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hendrik. A question to you, Mr. Esaya, from Madam Fatmata. How does water aid weight loss? I think you mentioned it in your presentation, so she wants to understand how it aids weight loss.
You know, water, mostly if you want to improve your body's standard weight, you have to take more water, and usually digest, even do a lot of things on your body. And water is very important in life. So it's very important. It's one of the things which can make weight loss. If you don't take water, and everything you are doing, you must take water so that you get a proper health.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other contribution? Go ahead.
Let me go to the stage where I was talking about. Mostly water is one of the...
I apologize. Are you asking me to go back to the slide? Is that where you're asking me to go?
Mr. Esaya?
Yes.
Are you requesting for him to go back to the slide?
The slide which is asking the question?
No, for your reference.
No. Well, the question was about water, but that's kind of the slide I was on. I believe her question was about obesity, but I don't know which slide that is. If you tell me the slide number, I can bring it up, sir, but I don't recall that particular slide.
Mr. Esai,
Can
are
you
you
give
there?
me the slide number, then so that I can check very easily?
This is your slide presentation. You tell me what number you want.
Do you want to reference your answer to a
I
slide?
want to see that. Yeah, that's his slide so that I can answer it easily.
Okay, please state the slide.
Which slide?
Madam Jane, you said which slide you answered the question?
No, you are the one answering the questions.
No, the question you are referring to.
Andrew, can you go to slide 6? Slide 6. Huh? Can you go to slide 6? That's where the question is. Six. Yeah, there's a point where that says water helps weight loss, and that's where the question came from.
Yeah, you know, when you have a weight loss, water can seriously help you to regain your weight loss, especially when you're taking more water, and it boosts your body in terms of digestion. If you have a problem with digestion, it helps your body so that you can regain your weight. What I mean weight loss, that when your weight is, you have lost your weight, you definitely, if you take more water and after food, it will make the digestion easily go through, and then it help you seriously so that you gain your weight again.
Good evening, good evening. Maybe I can assist on the issue of how water helps in the weight loss. Okay, when you take a lot of water, you occupy the space in your stomach with a lot of water, so you don't have a bigger space to put on food. So you take little food when you have taken a lot of water. Then the water helps in digestion of the food because it acts like a softener. So the absorption of the food in your system is usually faster. And then when you take a lot of water, you tend to hydrate the cells in your body. So the cells become healthier, they become stronger, and you are able to be more active. You release a lot of toxins through your urine, so your system cleans up. So you are more active and you can do more exercises and you be more active, be more alert. So your body becomes healthier and your weight becomes less. I hope I've put some input. Thank you.
Thank you for your input.
I can also add something.
Yeah, Ruth, go ahead.
Only briefly, please.
This is Ruth from Kenya.
Yeah, we know. Go ahead.
Apart, additional on what Rose have said, I could also say of nutrition that when you tend to take food, many people in research you have found that when you take water immediately before you take your food, you take very little food. And when you take little food, your stomach is full and the nutrients that is needed in the body is deficient. So what we recommend through a nutritional
approach is that before you take your food, take 15 minutes, take water before 15 minutes before, or take food, stay for 15 minutes after, then you can take your water. So in the section of food issue and nutritional level, there is that education we normally give to all human. I hope you got the point.
Yes, thank you. Juliet, closing thoughts?
I think I'll finish my point.
All right, thank you. Juliet,
okay.
Closing thoughts?
Andrew, Juliet, you want to say something? I want to ask.
Either of you.
Okay, so do we normally have gastrointestinal adverse effect or illnesses or nervous within the nervous system if we take water?
No one is clear who you're asking the question to.
I'm asking the question to the water presenter.
That is now is too technical on my side of me. I was working on it as a technical person, but that's too more medical side. So maybe our members which are medical expert can assist me there, please.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your presentation.
Maybe kindly, Professor Carlos, repeat your question.
I was saying sometimes the effects of maybe water, I don't know the state of water that you take that affects your intestinal system that causes disease or nervous.
His answer was that was too technical a question for him to answer.
No, it's not for you. Rose was about to say something.
Maybe I can add a bit. I don't know whether you are meaning while eating food, because normally we say it is said. Because what I'm getting from the question is the water affects intestinal system. We normally say that.
Yes, negatively. Let me just simplify it. Does the water affect you negatively, either before or during the food system?
Yes, I can answer that one. What is happening is that many people, after eating food, they take cold water immediately. Water immediately after eating, that starts digesting your food, it will collapse, making the enzymes collapse and making it now start again the system of digestion. So when you take cold water immediately, it affects the digestional system. But when what we recommend, many people say that they have to take water while eating. We normally recommend that when you are taking your food, and it is a must that you take water, kindly take warm water, because cold water affects the system that has started off, making it collapse. So it is recommended to take warm water, or don't take water 15 minutes before or after eating. Take 15 minutes, then you take your water. The research is saying that it affects the system, the intestinal system, when you have taken your food. I hope my point is clear.
This is great. I really learned something from it, because I'm a victim of it. So today I'll change.
Welcome, welcome.
As we move to close, are there any of our audience who've not had a chance to introduce themselves or make a comment before we close?
Is a question to me?
Question is to the audience. If there's anyone in the audience who has not had a chance to introduce themselves or make a comment before we close, now is that time.
Okay, I'm sorry, I joined late. I am Ruth Chemtai Chelule from Kenya, Senior Agricultural Officer. I'm a County Agri-Nutrition Officer, and also I've worked for 39 years. I'm planning to retire this month, June, this financial month. I'm also a member of this UnityNet. I've learned a lot, and I'm glad. This group. Thank you.
Well, I want to say thank you and thanks to everybody today that's participated and contributed towards this entire process. I know this is great and we've learned a lot. We are a team, and till we meet next Monday again, the same time. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Carlos and everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Can you just show your faces shortly and say bye-bye?
Thank you. See you next Monday.
Hello, hello.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Just a brief way to see your faces. Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye,
Carlos.
Monday.
Yes, great.
You guys take care.
Thank you, Lloyd. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes, it's been a while.
Can you see your face?
Yes.
Briefly. Yes.
Mr. Carlos, underwater,
Yes.
if you don't have hot water, drink lukewarm water. Temperature good.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. It's not only for me. This is for everybody. Please.
It might be stop drinking
because
cold
last
water.
week also we learned something from mental health.
Yes, you can't stop. You can drink lukewarm water like a temperature room. It's good.
Okay.
Everybody, cold water is not good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for the presentation today. I learned a lot. I was not able to participate.
Yes.
I have the slides today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a while.
You're welcome next Monday. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.